come explore Storyland in Glen, New Hampshire with us. This is a cute little theme park that's very family friendly, especially if you have small little ones. They have stage shows, they have rides, they have antique cars, they have food, they have interactive play labs, a Dunkin' Donuts as you can see, and a really cute aesthetic for young children. Our first order of business was to go to the antique cars. My son is a big car fanatic, so he really wanted to drive one of these cars. It's simple. You just have a press pedal on the bottom and a steering wheel that doesn't really steer because they are pretty much self-explanatory steers on their own type vehicles. But he did enjoy feeling the feeling of driving while I assisted him with the floor pedal as he could not reach. My husband and my daughter is in the car behind us, and they really enjoy just taking a nice little stroll in the scenic view. Storyland also has these little animatronics that are kind of old school and a little creepy, but they play a fun little song and about a little lesson that kids can learn within like a minute and a half segment. But the kids enjoyed it. Just a bunch of talking vegetables, talking about the problem in the garden, which is a weed, and how nobody likes them. Too cute. The park does have a few water rides. Some of them were closed, some of them were open. Some brave people were on them as it was 50 degrees opening weekend. But in the mountains and in New England, you never know what the weather could be. The previous year, it was about 90 degrees on Memorial Day weekend. This year, it was about 50. So you just have that in order to factor, but you do have great views as you walk through the park and take it all in. Kids are in line for the roller coaster behind me. Mom doesn't go on this ride. It's a little too rough. But they did it last year and they both loved it, so we'll see if the verdict still stands as their favorite coaster in the park. Just look at this gorgeous mountain view. While they're riding a ride, I'm just taking in the scenery. Storyland also has interactive things for the kids to do. Like, this is one of the weirdest things in Storyland. It's just milking a cow, which it just has water they can squirt. They also have these shooting cannons. This is one of the water rides that was closed due to the weather. But you can just sit there and roll the tank and shoot people with water as they go around in a circle. We brought our own food, having some lunch.
Oh, this is a big tomato. A big tomato right here.
Big tomato.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
See?
So you can bring your own lunch, your own food, your own drinks.
And make sure
We
you
have
bring
our
a banana.
water. You can bring a banana. But yeah, plenty of seating
Try this.
outside, benches, picnic tables, circle tables,
Whoa,
tables.
You say hi to the train when it passes by.
Yep, and you can say hi to the train, which is behind me, when they pass by. Next, we took the train ride around the park. This is a good little ride for kids who love to ride trains. It's a miniature train, but it's still roomy enough that my husband and I could fit. My husband is 6'2", so he's a tall dude. But it's a nice way to see some rides, look at the scenery, and just take a kind of a little relaxation through the tunnels and taking all of the scenic views in. And of course, if you have a little one who loves to ride a vehicle or like a car or a train, this is right up their alley.
Don't go on there. It's
A great balloon chase. We're entering where Moo Lagoon is. There's Dippin' Dots. We can get some of those later for a treat. So this is all new. This is what we didn't see last time.
Yeah.
Railroad crossing. So this is Moo Lagoon, the new little splash pad and water park side of the park. It does have some toddler-friendly slides, plenty of seating. They just poured new cement to help with the hotness on the ground for feet. It has a couple of spray pads, a dumping bucket, a whole other side where they have covered water slides, but it's good for toddler-friendly. Has a couple of other bigger slides for a little bit bigger kids. And the whole area usually is covered with a couple of inches to like maybe a foot of water, maybe a little bit less. Nothing major, but it is a nice addition to Storyland, especially on those hot days. And believe it or not, in New England and New Hampshire, it does get hot. But yeah, a lot of spray pads, a lot of interactive, farm-themed type settings. These are the big slides that I was saying earlier that are a little bit more older kid friendly. Some of them are partially covered, some of them are half uncovered, and then a little spray pad area and a little bit more age appropriate toddlerish type slides, maybe a little bit more preschool age. But this area is completely new, and it was, like I said, within the last year or so, I believe. This is the changing rooms, and they do have a family bathroom in here. And around the corner is a pizza bar.
Little sand diggers. Cool.
So this is the Rorosaurus coaster. It has a 48-inch height requirement, I believe, and it is a very more intense coaster than the Polar coaster. It is an old classic wooden roller coaster. It does go very fast. My husband was very surprised by how fast it went and how intense it was in the riding level. But while the big kids are riding, they had these little excavator diggers that little kids can dig around and move their bucket and such while you wait, as well as the little sand pit that you can dig in as well. So as you can see here, it goes up to the top. I can't really record much more because of the angles of where the parks were. Around it was woods. So this was really the only picture that I could get, maybe one other angle, but I was trying to get the picture of my daughter and my husband going on the roller coaster, but I just couldn't see it. But as you can tell from her face expression, she absolutely loved it. And she felt so confident that she accomplished a really higher roller coaster than the Polar coaster, and she is ready to ride the coasters at Disney, is what she told me after this. They do have a fun photo op afterwards that you can see your face. We are now entering the back side of Moo Lagoon. It is right next to the dinosaur area. You can see the 3 slides that they have there. Some are covered and some are not. This is also a good view of the other side of the slides when the more little toddler-friendly area. They also have Barnyard Pizza, which serves pizza, obviously, in a little seating area with umbrellas on the other side. That little barn across the way is, I believe, a merchandise area where you can buy bathing suits, towels, goggles, I'm sure other swim and splash pad related items. If you forget, obviously probably some sunscreen and all that jazz as well. So here is the Loopy Lab. It's kind of an indoor-outdoor covered dome. It has a bunch of air compressors and foam balls where they can suck up into big tubes. They have a big ones, cages above them that when they fill up with balls, they drop. They're very lightweight. They're not heavy balls at all, so you would not get hurt if they fell on you. They're almost kind of like a dryer ball consistency, foam feeling. But my kids had a blast here. They loved putting the balls in the air compressors like this one right here and shooting them out and moving them all around. They also had a few of them down below, as well as big vacuum tubes for little toddlers they can put inside or on the floor area that they suck up into, these big tubes that dump out at you. This is also where the Daniel Tiger show is, at certain times of the day. Of course, we didn't hit those times a day. My kids don't really know Daniel Tiger, but it is a fun little meet and greet where the character comes out and does, a little show.
Shooting arcade.
Next, after the Los Bravos area, we enter the fantasy area of the park. This has a nice old school German carousel where the horses rock as well as going around in a circle like a typical merry-go-round. My kids love to name horses and pretend they're in a horse race. So this was a fun activity for a basic carousel. It had a little bit more detail and interactive stuff. As you can see, my daughter's rocking back and forth as you go in a circle.
And then we enter Cinderella's castle. We call it Cinderella's summer home. In the mountains. Because Cinderella lives in Disney World. You think? Cool? Ready? Go say hi.
Hello, my friends. How are you doing today?
Go ahead, Nolan.
Oh, how are you? Have you been having a fun day so far? Yeah. You have?
It's a nice view.
So here we rode Cinderella's coach and her pumpkin all the way down the hill after we met Cinderella. And then we entered the land where it was more nursery rhyme themed. Each of these little sections had a little button to press that would tell you the story of the nursery rhyme, a generalized, like, quick little blurb of it, like obviously the 3 little pigs, the 3 billy goats gruff. They used to have live animals back in the day when I was a child, but since then they had little either like cutouts or acrylic figurines of this little sections. But they're cute. Some of them are interactive. Some of them you just press it and it will like read you the story of, you know, whatever nursery rhyme it entails. These are little teacups and a little Alice in Wonderland themed. They also have a little Dreamland, which is more like of a little toddler interactive play area. You know, any child of any age could play in that area, but a little bit more interactive where you can climb through things. You know, go in the little houses of like the old woman in the shoe, the 3 bears house, etc. Something typical along those lines, a little bit more fun to play around and get wiggles
It's like
out.
a little storybook area. It's like Alice's teacups. Nolan wanted to go on the pumpkin. The Claim Dreamers area.
Go through that way, go.
Hey, where'd you go? Hey, look, there's letters in here. Real? Oh, no, they're not real. Hey! Sit down, have a meal in the pumpkin. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen.
Let's go on the beach, Mom.
Okay, go ahead.
Look.
Go ahead, Nolan.
What's that?
I don't know the whale one.
Yeah.
Simple Simon went a fishing. Go ahead.
5, 6, pick up 6. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, pick up.
Press hard, Knowles. Jack on the Beanstalk. Rockabye Baby. Mother Goose. And there are 3 little bears sitting in chairs.
So hot.
Well, boys and girls, the 3
Oh, the
bears
3 little bears.
Let's go upstairs.
Sing.
Yay, let's go up the stairs. It's bedtime. Oh, but where's the slide?
Ah, I fancy seeing you here, little bear. Oh, don't really lay on them.
Alright, time to go. Well, you have to go now. You have to go now.
Goodbye. She's like, I don't want to go to school.
I just did. Okay, I think we're not good.
Look at the slide.
I don't feel like
There she is. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, there's 2 slides there. Slide there.
Can I open
Oh, I think she's going down this one. The one that we're not in front of.
So as our Storyland day comes to an end, the kids wanted to ride a final ride and they chose the roller coaster. The wait was a pretty short wait, seeing they were just testing it for maintenance, so we kind of snuck on when we had the chance. But this is their probably favorite ride in Storyland, and we ended up getting to ride it twice. And as you can see, happy smiling faces again going up the hill, and a great way to end a really nice day in New Hampshire. And that concluded our Storyland day. We spent almost 6 hours in the park, and it was a lovely time. Despite the cold, it was a definite stop for us as a family of 4 in the White Mountains.